before we officially start, I know I'm about a month late, but happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Xandra. Happy birthday to you.
Stop it. Wait, that is so sweet. Let me.
Hey, look at that. I hope you made a good wish.
No, I definitely did. Thank you so much.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Xandra, it is so awesome finally meeting you. Welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Congratulations on all the success, not only on Body Say, but also your brand new song, I'm Going Out.
Thank you. Thank you. Super excited about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about both of these songs and find out how they were born. But since this is the first time chatting on America's Dance 30, let's get to know Xandra a little better with Finky's firsts.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I'm ready.
Why does everybody get scared by that?
I don't know, because my brain works in a very, very weird way. So I get nervous.
So what you're saying is this is going to be very good.
It could be. It could be.
So I always love finding out the origin story of artists. I read that you actually got into DJing after you saw Alice in Wonderland play live when you were in high school. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
But was music the first thing you wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be when you were growing up?
Oh my gosh. Well, I feel like everyone kind of has their random little things that they wanted to be, like an astronaut, firefighter. I mean, my dad was a dentist, so I kind of thought that would be cool because obviously I thought my dad was the coolest person in the entire world. But ever since I was younger, I really wanted to be a singer. But trust me, you do not want to hear me sing.
Same.
So I remember being in choir, and then my mom was like, no more choir. I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, pretty much, yeah, since high school, I mean, I saw Alice in Wonderland performing, and I was like, this is it. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And have you had a chance to meet her yet?
Oh my gosh, yes. I met her actually at Coachella this past year. She did a set at the Do Lab, and it was absolutely insane. And I was in the green room with her, and I was just looking at her in awe. I was like, you are my everything. Like, you started this whole entire thing. So it was really amazing. And she's such a supportive, amazing person, especially for the females in this industry.
And that's what makes it all better is she is such a great person. She is so nice. Now, Xandra, of course, is a take on your real name, Alexandra. But when you were thinking of an artist project name, was Xandra the first name you were going to go with, or were there other names you were considering?
Oh my gosh. I went down the rabbit hole when I was trying to figure out a name. I was looking at so many, because I'm German. I was looking at like German, it takes on my name, and so many other things. And I never really, when I was in high school, I always had nicknames growing up because Alexandra was always such a long name. So people would always just try to cut it and call me Alex, but my mom did not want that name. Like, I remember going into kindergarten and they were like, what's your name? And I was like, Alexandra. And then she was like, okay, perfect. We're going to call you Alex. I went home and told my mom. I tattled, sorry. And my mom walked back into that kindergarten room and was like, you are not going to call her Alex. Her name is Alexandra. If I wanted her to be called that, that would be her name. So everyone called me Alexandra. High school, grade school, people called me A-Pole. And then high school, AP. And then college, I pretty much came up with the name Xandra. I changed my Instagram handle to Xandra Pole. And when you're in college, everyone calls you by your Instagram handle. Like, that is your name. And so everyone just knows me by Xandra, and that was it.
Can I just say I love how real your mom is? I mean, obviously not pushing you down singing when she saw that you couldn't sing and doing that in kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in like a very real family. Like, she was not playing around. She was like, we're not going to be delusional in this house. Okay. She was like, I will support you, but she's like, there's certain things that it's just, she was like, you're really good at certain things and other things are just not your strong suit. So we're gonna keep moving along, you know?
And what does she think of your DJing career?
Oh my gosh, that was the craziest thing, because I came to her, I was in high school. I was wild in high school, not a good girl. You know what I mean? I was like the middle child, only girl. My older brother was a saint. And so when I came home, I was always going to music festivals, super just involved in the music community. And I came back after Lollapalooza and I was like, I need a hobby. I really want to get into something. I just saw Alice in Wonderland performing. I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to DJ. And my mom was like, thank God. She was like, let's go. Let's buy you a set. Teach yourself, get into it. And she was so supportive that I was just passionate about something. And she knew that I could do it and apply myself in that way because, you know, I didn't have to sing. I just had to understand music. But no, she was very, very supportive in that way.
That's so incredible. Well, I saw that when you were first starting out, when you got into college, you were playing frat parties. Is that right?
Yes. The very first party I went to my freshman year, I showed up. My older brother was in a fraternity. And the reason why I chose University of Miami, because that's where I went to school, was because of their music scene and their club scene. I knew that I could really dive into it. And so I told my brother, I was like, tell the social chair I'm going to show up. And I showed up with my backpack, with a laptop as a freshman, literally first week of school. And I literally told the boys, I was like, it's my time to go on. I asked the social chair. He said it was good. The boys were fighting me. They were like, you have no idea what you're doing. I was like, give me 5 minutes. And if I suck, kick me off. That's fine.
Wow.
And I went up there. I DJ'd for 5 minutes. And the guy was like literally learning from me. And I played the rest of the tailgate and then pretty much did every single tailgate pool party after that.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Now,
it's crazy.
Did you teach yourself?
Yeah, I self-taught. I learned from YouTube, just honestly watching videos. And I was like very good. I've always been like very musical. I've always loved it so much. So, and very like mathematic. So learning, it took me a while. My poor parents would blast it through these massive speakers in my room all day, all night. They were like, my brothers are like, turn it off.
Your mom's regretting.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. My mom was like, can we just turn it down a little bit? Or maybe like, can you do this outside?
That is hilarious. But that's awesome. Now, we're going to be talking about Body Say coming up, but is it true that that was your first single?
Mm-hmm. Very first single.
Wow, that's incredible to be having the success with it.
Yes. She's my baby. I've been talking about putting out music for so long. And it was one of those things because I've been DJing since I was in high school. So I'm going on like 7-8 years of DJing. And throughout my career, especially when I was in college, everyone was like, put out music, put out music. And I was like, if I'm going to put out a song, I need to feel 120% about it. I need to love everything because I only get one first song. And I really wanted it to be super special to me. So, you know, working with Gigi and so many other producers, and we came up with Body Say, and it has done amazing things. And I'm so proud of her.
That's so incredible. Congratulations on that. And side note, even if it wasn't your first, I mean, since you were just starting out with music, you totally had the right for it to suck, which it doesn't, but you had that right.
I know. I think I played it for every single person in my life at least like 150 times. And I was like, is there anything you would change? Because I will go back in there and Body Say, it was picked apart. That song we were working on for months and months and months. And we were just every single day changing like little things because I was like, it needs to be perfect or else I was like, I will wait forever to put out music. It needs to be perfect.
Well, we're going to dive more into it coming up. But think back to when you started DJing in high school. Do you remember the first dance song that made you fall in love with EDM?
Ooh, I feel like Clarity.
What a song.
What a song. I mean, There are just some, like, that era of, like, house music, EDM, like, the Martin Garrix, the Zed, like, when they were, like, I mean, obviously they are still, but when, like, the Clarities, Take Me Home, like, Galantis, Runaway, when all those songs were coming out, it just felt like that was my high school. That was, I mean, those songs were massive, and I still, lots of time, ends up playing them in my sets. They still hit every single time, and they're so euphoric feeling. So I definitely say that.
Nothing against music now, but you look at those songs and they stand up, whereas a lot of songs now, they go so fast, they don't really stand up.
Exactly. It was just a different era. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like the music back then, obviously music right now, I mean, there's a whole new era coming out, and there's so many more little, like, genres of house music and EDM, where I feel like back then, like, the big stuff that was on the radio, it was very big room vibe. And I mean, obviously there's still those vibes, but I mean, yeah, it's really hard to find a song like the Runaways and the Clarities. Like, they're one of a kind.
I completely agree. Now, between TikTok and Instagram, you've got close to 2 million followers, over 160 million views on your content. But do you remember the first time you realized you were going viral?
Yeah, actually. One of the first Get Ready With Me's I ever did, I was going to a pool party, and I did a stupid little video just talking about it, getting ready, having fun with my friends. And I'm at the pool party in, my sneakers with my thong bikini. I'm going up and down the water slide, chugging tequila, and I'm looking at my phone, and it's like 10,000 more followers, 10,000 more followers, like 300,000 views, 400,000 views, like just going insane. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, I don't even know what I said in this. And I'm like, hundreds of thousands of people are viewing this. Oh, it was crazy. It was a crazy experience. What a time to be alive.
I love that you say, oh no.
Because it's one of those things where and like still to this day, I post things to my social media, and I totally forget that, because you see numbers, but it's really hard to translate it to people.
Right.
Into actual people. And when you think about it, you're talking about millions of people. And I'm like, I'm so like messed up right now. I'm hungover, rolling around in the mud. I'm like, how am I? Oh no. I'm just imagining me like on a mic saying this to millions of people. I'm like, perfect.
Now, was it overwhelming?
It was very surreal. It's very hard to, like I said, it's just, to me, it feels like you just see numbers on your phone, and it's really hard to put that into perspective. I feel like it still doesn't hit me to this day when I play shows and I see that many people come out. I'm like, where are these people coming from? Like, how do they know who I am? You know what I mean? So it's a surreal, but definitely an amazing experience, just to know that I have so many supporters out there that have seen me over the years, go from a college student to now like 2 years post-grad, traveling, touring, DJing, coming out with music. It's crazy. And
honestly, it's better if you don't think about the numbers. You just think about the content, and that's it. Exactly. Don't worry about the numbers. Yeah.
I do it for my best friends, my close friends, to keep them updated with my life.
Exactly.
Literally why I do it.
Now, finally, in Finky's first, in honor of your upcoming song, I'm Going Out, what's the first thing you do when you don't have to go out?
Ooh, I always have to go out.
But if you do have a day off to do nothing, what's the first thing you want to do?
Ooh, I love going on hikes. I love being in nature. I'm such like a walker girl. I love doing that, going to the spa. If I'm not DJing, normally I go full Zen mode. Like, there's like two Xandras. There's like DJ party girl up all night, and then there's like going on a hike, green juice, acai bowl. Like, there's really no middle. You kind of get like one or the other. So
I'm the same way. Like, there's the Brian Fink that's on the radio all hyped up. And then there's the Brian Fink that the second the show's done, that's calling his mom, because my adrenaline is crashing and I'd rather just be sitting on the couch with my cat. That's the Brian Fink that I like.
Exactly.
Let's talk about your music. First, let's talk Body Say. How was this song born with Gigi Grombacher?
My first song ever, I wanted to have a very strong, upcoming female vocalist. That was very important to me, that I found somebody that aligned with my views and kind of where I was at my career. I kind of really wanted to make this song with somebody that was going to appreciate it just as much as me and really see the project as a whole and understand what we're trying to do for not just me, but also for the dance community, upcoming female DJs. So she was sending around a demo with that top line to it with the dun 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 dun, dun, and I was like, girl, we need to meet up. Instantly followed her, DM'd her. We started working on the song. It's an interpolation, obviously. We found that because I used to always love this song called Buzzin'. It basically has the same dun 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 dun.
Gotcha.
And I used to run to it every single day when I was up north with my family, and I was like, wow, we really need to take this and then we need to turn this into a dance song. And so then we all came together and then Body Say was born.
Well, side note, I love the name Gigi Grombacher. It's just such a cool name.
I know. And she is like the coolest story, and she is so amazing and comes out with like amazing music on her own, and the song did amazing, and so grateful that we were able to work on it together.
Well, something I love to find out about songs is how many different versions there are of the song, from when you start working on it, all the tweaking that goes on to when you finally put it out. Do you remember what the final V was of Body Say?
Oh my gosh. Like 50 something. Like the amount of different drops that we had for the second one, because it's one of those things where you kind of start off with like a top line in a sample, and then you build it from that, and then it gets to a point where you just keep adding and adding and adding, and then you're like, it's too busy, so then you strip it down, and then you're like, wait, we need more. Boom, you add more, and then you're like, no, too much, bring it back, and you're just, we had so many versions of Body Say. Maybe we'll just start putting them all out, like Body Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like,
it's so funny you talk about going back to earlier versions, because even like I was talking with Tiesto and he talks about that too. You know, you get so far down the line and then you go back and you normally go to like early versions and put that out.
Exactly, because it's sometimes you just get so carried away, and I just remember I listened to that song so many times, so many different versions. I was like, I need to take a couple days off. No Body Say for a couple of days. And then I was like, which one am I really gravitating towards? Like, which one do I want to listen to right now? And then that is how we ended up with the final version.
Well, it turned out so well. Congratulations on that. Let's talk about the new smash, I'm Going Out. How was that born with Steve Aoki, Sam Feldt, Nile Rodgers, and Zak Abel?
Oh my gosh, what a crew.
Right?
It's crazy. I was like, girl power in here. It's just literally me and a bunch of guys.
But you're making it known, though. That's all that matters.
Yes, exactly. I've known Sam for a couple years. I DJ'd with him in Ibiza, opening up for Kygo. And then Steve, I've known for about a year now, and my team kind of came to me and they were like, we want to do something really cool with Steve and Sam. Like, let's come up with something. So we all came together, and then I'm Going Out's also a sample and interpolation. So we ended up working with Zak Abel, who's the most amazing vocalist ever. And then it was kind of one of those things where it was like, okay, like, I was like, oh, let's work with Sam. And then Sam was like, oh, let's bring on Steve. And then Steve was like, oh, let's bring on Zak. And then Zak was like, okay, we need Nile. It just ended up becoming a whole crew. But we've been working on this for a while. And this is also another song that's had versions on versions on versions, and so many Zoom calls of all of us working together and really collaborating to come together to make I'm Going Out. I'm really excited.
That's so awesome. Yeah, when Giancarlo from Armada sent it to me, I'm like, holy crap, how many names are on this thing?
I know. I was like, how are we gonna fit this?
The album art is just all names.
I know.
Well, congratulations on that. That is so amazing. What's next for Xandra?
Oh, so much. We're finishing up the Body Stay tour, which is actually, it's coming. Yeah, it comes to an end this week. So, or it just came to an end. So I'm super, super excited to take a little time off for the holidays. And I have been working on so much music in my free time. It's going to be amazing that I have more free time because I really want to focus on putting out so much music. And we're coming out with some mixes, kind of, do you remember the big booty mixes, like Two Friends?
Absolutely.
We're coming out with some of those. We're coming out with merch. Hopefully we have some big festivals probably coming up. Wink, wink. Can't talk about it yet, but we have some big festival plays and amazing shows, and there's a lot coming. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning.
So we're going to be seeing a lot of Xandra, which is great.
Yes, the biggest thing that I'm super excited about is the music. And we've been pretty much nonstop touring for a year. So I'm really excited just to sit down and focus. I have ADD. So me on the road, I'm a little like, tick, 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 tick. I'm like, I need to sit down.
And take a nice hike.
Yes. I need to take a nice hike, go to the top of a mountain with my laptop and just get in my zone.
Well, congratulations on everything that's been going on for you. It is so awesome finally meeting you. Happy belated birthday. Happy early holidays. Xandra, thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
Thank you so much.